Welcome to King's Cages Network News. Good morning. This is Andrew King reporting to you from our offices in Florida. I couldn't take the cold any longer in New Jersey, and thank God I'm back here in Florida. Thank you for joining me on the last of 5 episodes, from Rosedale, Taiwan to Warehouse in the World, on our trip down memory lane. Exactly 3 years ago today, Richard King, my partner, avian industry pioneer, and best friend, passed away at 76 years of age. On our last episode, the old man and myself went to Taiwan to import our first major shipment of bird cages, which was a huge 20-foot container. We were in our house in Rosedale, Queens, New York. We owned 3 houses there, one that we lived in and 2 others that were obtained through the construction work, Sesame Street, and importation of parrots. At each house we had shacks in the backyards and garages. We labeled these as mini warehouses, A through F. When I was 13 years old, I would hire a bunch of my 13-year-old friends who were excited to make some extra money, carrying 30 to 100-pound boxes from a container and storing these in mini warehouses. The old man saw the demand for these cages and offered me a deal. I remember it like it was yesterday. Andrew, I think this can become a great business. You have a choice. I will support you until you're old enough for college and you can live as a normal teenager does, sports, parties, hanging out with friends, and I'll help you find your own career in life. Or go to school, college is part of that plan, and in between help me with the business, which means you will not have much free time. I don't know how great this will become. This can be good for 1 to 2 years, or this can become huge. I can use the help. Do I have your commitment? I shook his hand and we were on our way. We went out and we rented our first 3,000-foot facility on Pecone Boulevard in Farmingdale, Long Island, New York. My old man barely graduated high school and he was starting a business in a new industry, only going by instinct. Now we started doing business with Taiwan. Unfortunately, in Taiwan, the difficulties were dealing with untrustworthy manufacturers, sending products that were not the quality we expected, and them selling our products, our designs, to competitors while lying to your face for 5 to 6 years. In life, I learned that everything happens for a reason. It might be bad at first, but in retrospect, I always found the good that came out of it. In Taiwan, we met an agent who was Taiwanese, but she grew up in Austria and had connections in the computer IT industry in Czech Republic. It was now 1993, and the Russians just pulled out of Czechoslovakia. Now there are many qualified machinists who used to build tanks and weapons for the Russians, who are now unemployed with nothing to do. The Czechs wanted a new business, so we collaborated and had them manufacture bird cages. This is where we developed a Napoleon top design on many of our bird cages, such as 306, 406, and 506s. The quality was perfect and the cost was perfect. At the time, quality from Taiwan and China could not compete. Between 1993 and 1995, we rented a 3,000 square foot, then soon renting a 10,000 square foot facility, and we could not keep up with the demand. We were importing over 30, 40-foot containers every year, and this was very demanding. At that time, I'm in college, attending full-time, and working full-time as well. Naturally, the courses were business, which the old man encouraged, since I was doing necropsies at the age of 8. He definitely saw the writing on the wall. The next few years were amazing. Very little competition, great quality, inexpensive prices. We could not be beat. In 1995, we purchased our first building in Farmingdale, Long Island, New York. I'll never forget. We walked through it saying, wow, this is huge. Long story, very short. By 2000, it was cramped and could not stock what was needed to continue our business. The quality was fantastic from the Czech Republic, and the demand was killing our supply. We had to do something fast. Rich and I went into partnership on a house in Florida, and he was semi-retired. Now it was 2001. And unfortunately, New York had no opportunities for business due to property values and taxes, so the only plan was to go out west, New Jersey. So after 6 months of searching, we found a building which we are presently in East Brunswick. We walked around this facility thinking, wow, we do not need racks and shelving. We can stack everything on the floor. This will be great. Well, that did not last long. Over the years, the quality became better and costs became very inexpensive from China, and we started to move manufacturing there. We took on many lines of different exotic items from all over the world. The Pluck No More Rainforest Mist made in the United States, stainless steel cages from Czech Republic, Java wood from Indonesia, and over 1,000 different types of bird toys from the United States, China, and Indonesia as well, and other items. I never thought the steel powder coated cages would branch out to all the different products we have today. But guess what? The old man was talking about this in the late 90s. He said, always look to the future. If 6 months go by and you don't have a new product, you're behind. That's why he developed the motto, always a step ahead. And he was right. He and King's was always a step ahead. Companies out there have always copied what we have done, and they know who they are. One company was a customer of ours for 2 years, and Rich originally did not want to do business with them due to the family name, because this person's father owned a pet shop and beat us for over $3,000 20 years ago. But the son convinced us to do business with him. He groveled, and honestly, he's a great BS artist, and said he wasn't associated with his father. How's that for family togetherness? It went well for 2 years. Then he got greedy. He researched all the factories we do business with overseas and contacted them saying that he would put King's Cages out of business. All the factories did not pay attention. In China, they do not extend credit, and that is what he needed. So once he asked for credit, they declined. Fortunately enough, the one factory that extended the credit was the same factory that you had to buy 5 cages to make 3 good cages, but the prices were very cheap. Meanwhile, my old man was being a great mentor, teaching him the business about warehousing, relationships, etc., thinking helping out him, helping out his business, would help out the industry in general, not realizing that this was a snake that was looking to take us down. Well, this is one of the snakes that you see around the industry, but that is okay. The old man's philosophy was, as long as you do the right thing for your company, the people you do business with, that means your customers, your staff, your brand name, you never have to look over your shoulder and will always have a great reputation. But that was the difference. Anyone could take a product and make it cheaper, but who can make it better? That was and is our secret. That is why through the past 40 plus years, it has been King's Avery, King's Cages Incorporated, and all the companies we owned. It was always with the King's name in them. This was due to the old man's pride, toughness, and tough demands to always strive for the best in products and customer service. He took pride in everything he did. He never ever took the easy way out because he knew that it was always about the long term, not the short term. These are the reasons why we will all miss him. His rough and tough exterior, the people who really knew him knew he was a soft cuddly teddy bear on the inside. He would help anyone that needed and more importantly deserved it. In business, he was beaten up from bad partners and bad relationships from the bird business through the cage business. Bird importers who misled him, manufacturers of cages who ripped off designs, sent them bad quality that we would eat and not pass on to our customers who were more importantly considered our friends. The manufacturers who misled him, they said they would remain loyal and did not. Employees who stole, lied, and did the wrong thing. He still kept a great attitude and we kept moving forward. One of his vices that helped them to get through this, and it was a stress release, was smoking, and it finally took its toll. He was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2018. I remembered when he was in the ICU in December of 2018. His first question when he saw me was, "How is business? Are the new products selling?" Then he would ask me, "How is the family doing?" He knew his condition was terminal. He would sit there staring out the window. I would ask him, What do you want? Read your poetry, the Bible, a newspaper, anything you want to talk about. He would look at me and say, I want to make sure Diane, my wife, you, your family, the grandkids, and the business is good. They are my only concerns. I would reassure him, and he would gently close his eyes. He was a realist. He did not want to get the BS story. He was more comfortable with the person who was straight with no BS, no fluff. He wanted it the way it was, straight to the truth, no matter how bad. He always said, how can I truly handle it if I do not know the extent of what I'm dealing with? Unfortunately, I only had 5 episodes, and I could not put his full life and adventures into it. Believe it or not, this only represents 20% of it, but he dedicated 100% of his life, which made it as successful as it was and still is. I still feel that I left a tremendous amount out. But what I can assure you all of is that he left this earth better than when he arrived. And as I said in his eulogy, Dad, here's to you, a life well lived, a life well played, and a life well done. In honor of the old man, for the entire month of January, our distributors received free freight on all orders over $10,000, pet stores free freight on all orders over $3,500, and 10% off to all our retail friends. What we're going to do is continue this whole week until February 4th. That will be the last day that you could secure these great deals. So what do you say? Let's have some fun. The time you all have been waiting for. Let's spin the wheel of profit. Where is Dan? It has been horrible up there this weekend with the snowstorms. I think he's hiding in his igloo. Oh, there he is. Okay, Mr. Dan Poley, let's do it. Let's spin that wheel. Let's spin the wheel of profit!
Thanks, Andrew. I mean, even though it's freezing here, it's not going to stop us from spinning that wheel. So let's do it. Congratulations to Claire and Phil from Patterson Birds in Totowa, New Jersey. You just won $500 worth of USA made toys from the B Series and the K Series. And make sure you get those orders in next week, where you could be the winner of 4 of our metal play stands from the 70, 71, 71T, 72, and 72T. You better enjoy that sun, Andrew, because I'm freezing here.
Be sure to get your orders in this week so we can include you in King's Wheel of Profit. Be sure to subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscribe button below, like our videos, and share your comments. An additional thanks to all of you, all supporters, customers, and friends, who many of you have been part of the King's family for well over 30 years, and we thank you all. For King's Cage Network News, I'm Andrew King. Have a great and profitable week. Talk to you soon. Thank you.